All right, what's up, guys? Yeah, sorry I'm not there again today, but I want to make sure you guys have, some good instruction, so you can complete these two worksheets. It's all on like one link on Canvas, so you can just go through it from there. But first, we're going to start with multiplying exponents. So there's 12 of those, so I'll go through a few. And then you got solving multi-step equations. So there's only 8 of these. I'll go through a few, and you can use these to help you finish both pages. Okay. So multiplying exponents. So exponents are just telling you how many of the base that there is, right? So if we start with like 3 squared, that means there are 3 threes, right? 3 squared means 3 times 3. So 3 squared is that there's 2 threes that you multiply. When we talk about x's, like if there's x squared, it's the same deal. It means there's 2 x's. It just means x times x. Okay? I can go even bigger and just say like x to the 5th. So that means there are 5 x's that you have to multiply together. So it's like you can just write it out like this. Okay? When you multiply exponents together, so if I want to do like x squared times x to the 3rd, well, think about how many x's there are, right? In this one, there's 2 x's, so that's x times x. And then in this one, there's 3 of them, right? So x times x times x. If I were to multiply all these together, like how many x's are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my answer would be x to the 5th. Well, a simpler way to do this, if you can see what I did here, if you look at the exponent numbers, and I add them up, what's 2 plus 3? 5. So you can just add the exponents and put that on the top, okay? So we're going to just add exponents when multiplying. Running out of room. There we go. Okay. Key things to remember when you have just, if it's like x times x to the 3rd, what's the invisible number on top of the x? Well, there's an invisible 1, because that means there's one. If you see an x, that means there's at least 1 there. So when you add those together, this becomes x to the 4th. Okay. I don't think there's anything more crazier than that. So, yeah. So when you're multiplying exponents, you just add the exponents together. Okay. So let's look at number 1. When you are going to multiply the big numbers in front, we call them coefficients. You treat those like you multiply any other number. Okay, so 4 times 4. So that is 16. And then you look at the variable with the exponents on it. Okay, so I have a 4 and a 4. Since they are both on top of x's, you can, essentially it's like combining like terms, but they have to be, it's like the same base, the same either variable or number that they're on top of. Okay, so since they're both on top of x's, you can add those up. So 4 plus 4, you get 8. So now there's 8 x's. So it's written like x to the 8th. And that is it, guys. That's all you have to do. Okay, it's just like simplifying it down. Okay, let's look at number 3. Okay, I have 3 terms now, but the thing that you do is the same, right? You're going to look at the coefficients of the numbers in front, the big numbers. You're going to multiply those together. So 3 times 3 times 2. Throw it in Desmos. Do it in your head. Whatever's easier for you. So 3 times 3 is 9. And then 9 times 2 is 18. So I'm going to write down an 18. And then I look at my variables and the exponents. They all have n's, right? They all have an n. So I'm going to look at the numbers on top, 4, 2, and 3. I'm going to add those up. So 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. So I have n to the 9th. And that's it. Okay. I'm going to do one more for you because as you get down to number 7, like the second half, now we have two variables. Okay. So the process is the same though. Okay. You look at the big numbers, the coefficients, the numbers in front. So 2 times 2 is 4. And then you have to match up kind of like terms, like variables. So we look at the x's, and there's a 4 on one and a 2 on another. So add those up, and you get x to the 6th. And then you look at the y's. So you got y and y. So you look at the numbers on top of those. You got a 3 and a 4. You get 7, right? You just add those up. So that's it. You're combining exponents. When you multiply them, you add them together, okay? Like when there's multiplication, you add the exponents, all right? So as you're going through the rest of it, anytime you see a variable by itself, like on number 10, throw in a 1 on top, okay? Because you need to add those together. Do not forget, like this x to the 4th and x, there's a 1 there, so make sure you add the 1 to that, right? And then this one down here, add the m. Okay, so anytime you see a variable without an exponent on it, put a little 1 on top, okay, because it's invisible. All right, now, so you're going to finish the page, but let's look through solving multi-step equations, so you can do these as well. So these happen when you have variables on both sides of the equal sign. So what you're going to do is you're going to still draw your line down here. But then you're going to bring the x's to one side and the constant numbers to the other side, the numbers without the x's. And it doesn't matter what you do, but I think a lot of people like having the variables on the left and the numbers on the right. So I'm going to bring any x that I have over here, I'm going to bring over here. And remember, when I cross the equal sign, I have to do the opposite operation that I see. I want to get rid of the thing that I want to move. I want to get rid of it on one side. So by subtracting it, it becomes 0, right? But I have to do it on the other side. So over here, I have a 3, and then 4x minus 2x is a 2x. And it's still positive, so that's why I put a plus. And then over here, all I have left, is negative 13. Now, since I brought the x's to the left, I want to get the x by itself. So I'm going to take that 3, I'm going to subtract it to make it 0. So I'm going to take that 3 and move it over here. So then I'm left with 2x equals, and then negative 13 minus 3 is negative 6. Okay? So then I solve this one by getting rid of the 2 by dividing it. And then that's it. X equals negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Boom. Okay? I'll do another one. And again, I know I keep saying X's, but, there might be a K or an A or a B or whatever letter they use. Treat it like your X. Okay? So I'm going to make my equals, put my line down my equal sign. This is number 2, by the way. So then I'm going to bring this 4K to the left, the negative 4K. So I'm going to add it. I'm going to bring it over here. All right. So then it's gone. It's like out, right? It's become 0, which is what I wanted. But then I brought it over here, and negative 3 plus 4 is a positive 1. So 1K plus 8 is left, and then a 17 is left. Then I'm going to bring my 8 over here by subtracting it, and I'm left with just 1K equals 17 minus 8 is 9. And technically I'm done, right? Because if I just follow my steps, divide by 1, I still get 9. All right? So the procedure is the same for all the rest of these problems. Okay? Anytime you see a letter, there's a 1 in front. This one, we're not dealing with exponents. It's just solving. So you don't have to put a 1 on top of here. It's just for the top page. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Bye.